Hello friends, welcome to the 44th session of Hybris tutorial. In this session, we are going to learn the deep concepts of the item types. So guys, you can see we have declared multiple type of item types out of box in the core item.xml. So this is the one item type, right, we have defined. So this is the item type, its code is equal to user, right? So what it means? So it means I have declared one item type with the name user, right? And over here guys, I have declared a deployment table users. So what it means? So it means corresponding to this item type user, there will be a table which will get created into the DB, and table name will be this users, right? So if I can just search into the flexible search, if I can just search for this table into the database, for this I'm just going into the flexible search. And if I just write select star from, right, select star from user, right? So user is nothing, it is a item type, it is not the table name. So you can see this is user is nothing, this is a item type, it is not a table name, right? So once I fire this query, what system will internally do, it will try to fetch the corresponding DB table name. That phase is called as pre-parsing phase, right? So it will try to fetch what is the immediate table name, right? So it finds, okay, this is the table name users. So then it will try to fetch the data from the users table. So you can see I'm writing select star from user, and when I fire this query, when I click on the execute button, you can see currently SQL query, this console is empty. But once I fire this query, execute, right, so it has given me this data, it has given me all the data, right? But in the SQL query you will find that it has fetched the data from the users table. So because this is the immediate table mentioned over here, that is why it has tried to fetch the data from this users table. So I hope this is clear to you. When we say that this user item type is extending the principal item type, what is the use of extending a particular item type? For example, in our case, user item type is extending this principal item type. And if we see any attribute, for example UID, right, this UID attribute is not present into the user item type, right? But if we search into the table user table, I am currently in the user table, and if I search for the UID, you will find that yes, it has a UID column, right? So it has a UID column. So how this column value is getting picked, this column is coming from this principal item type only, right? We can see in our user item type this will not be present UID, but this is coming because of this declaration in the principal item type. And because our user item type is extending the principal item type, that is why we have this UID. But otherwise you can see we don't have any attribute with the name UID, right? We don't have any attribute with the name UID, but because of this principal item type only, we do have this UID attribute present into the user table. So I hope guys this concept is clear to you, right? Then we do have this after this extend stack, we do have this auto create is equal to true. Auto create is equal to true means nothing, this means that this type, right, this will be created into the system once you perform either the system initialization or you perform the system update. After that this will be created automatically. What do you mean by this generate is equal to true? So generate means the source code for this item will be created. So what is the source code? It means there will be a corresponding class user.java which will get created. So corresponding .java file gets created, right? And if you have declared this item type, and once you perform the ant all or ant clean all command, right, once you build your project, guys, please find that, please note that uh, corresponding to this item type, for example we do have this user item type, so corresponding model class will get created once you build your project, right? This gets created into the platform extension. So if you have declared any item type, right? And if you are after the build as well, corresponding model class is not getting reflected, what you have to do, you just have to refresh the platform extension. So what you have to do, you just have to refresh the platform extension. So you can see this is the platform extension. So you just have to right click over here and you just have to click on the refresh option. So you can see this is the refresh option, and once you click on this, corresponding model classes will start reflecting. So this is the concept of model classes and .java classes, right? So this is the deployment table. So deployment table, as I have already specified, that this table is equal to users. This is the actual table, right, which is attached to this item type, and in the DB we will have a table with this name, users name, right? So this is the type code. So what is this type code? So this is a unique value, right? And Hybris provides us the type code from the range 1 to 1 2 3 2 7 7 6 7. So this is the range Hybris provides, and out of this range, Hybris internally use the 1 to 10,000 for internal declaration, right? So for internal declaration of item types, Hybris use this, but after this value like 10,001 to 3276 we can use for declaring our own item types as well. For example, you can see this type code is equal to 4 is given to the user item type, right? And we discussed that from 1 to 10,000 Hybris use out of box. So this is the out of box file only, core item.xml file. So you can see type code is equal to 1 is also used by Hybris for the product item type, right? So I hope this is clear to you, right? So this is all about the deployment and type code. What is this property table means? So property table means, for example, I am saying user props. So user props is another table. This is another table present into the database. So if I just search for the user props, right, this table, right, in the SQL console, if I just search select star from user props in our SQL console, you will find that we do have a one table, right? So this property table concept is used by the Hybris to increase the performance, right? So what it means? So it means if there is in this item type, if there is any attribute, right? So if there is any attribute which has a don't optimize flag, don't optimize flag true, right? For example, guys, this is the item type user group, right? Over here I am saying this is the property table user group props, right? So this is the props table, right? And this props table is created by the Hybris out of box. So what it does, so what it is basically doing, it is basically fetching for the attribute which has this don't optimize is equal to true value, and then it saves the data present for that particular attribute, or in a very simple language, data present in that particular column, because it expect that data will be a heavy data. For example, HMC XML, this XML data will be a very heavy data. So it basically saves the value of this heavy data column into this user groups prop table, so that the performance or searching in this user group table or user groups table can be improved. So basically it is used, this property table concept is used for don't optimize is equal to true attribute. Whatever, if we are declaring any, if we are declaring this property table attribute with any item type, then basically it search for the corresponding attribute present in that item type which has a don't optimize is equal to true value. So if it finds that attribute, then what it does, it basically saves the value of that attribute right into the corresponding props table. So this is what it is doing, and it is doing to increase the performance or increase the searching of that particular item type. So this is the thing. But Hybris has a limitation. We cannot blindly keep copying the data or keep copying the attribute data into the corresponding props table, otherwise it will heavy the capacity, it will capture the capacity of props table, and props table will also get very heavy, so system performance will also get decreased. So we need to maintain a balance between the both. Basically this property table is used for saving the heavy data, or saving the data of a particular column into that table, so that heavy data can be saved in that particular props table. There are many props table which is provided by Hybris out of box. So guys, I hope now you clearly understand the all concepts, right? What are auto create is equal to true, generate is equal to true, and deployment table, type code, and property table, right? So I hope this is clear to you. So guys, if you like this video, do share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.